For the past 10 days or so, I've been getting a overwhelming amount of comments on my video where I talked about, the NBC News segment where they kind of addressed that Americans have recently discovered this so-called trend called burping your home based on the age-old German practice called Lüften. First of all, I have to defend my Germans because it's not a German, trend or practice. It's something that pretty much everybody does around the world. But nevertheless, I want to address a few things because there are being made some wild assumptions about me that I just can't let stand. So it is Monday today. I usually do this on Sundays, but I wasn't feeling too good yesterday, so let me show you what it is that I do. This is my duvet. The first thing that my husband do in the morning is that he takes our duvets and he hangs them up on the stale railing or whatever you call it. Now, just for reference, so if you watch any of my cleaning videos, most of them are on TikTok, you know that this is something that I've been doing every day ever since I was a kid. I've explained this before, but growing up, what I would do, I would take my duvet and just fold it like this at the edge of my bed and just expose the mattress, open up the bedroom window, and then just leave it open. That is what I grew up doing. But now that I live with my husband, we are just using his technique because he insists on us doing it that way instead. But nevertheless, from Monday to Sunday, every morning when we wake up, we open up the bedroom window to let out that stale air because we're two people sleeping in here. The air is heavy, so yeah, we open up the window. In addition to opening up the windows, we also open up our closet doors just to make sure that fresh air circulates through our clothes. Our duvets hangs like this with the sheets on whilst we are at work. Yes, because there was somebody who thought that, I took off the sheets every morning and hung our duvets outside. No, from Monday to Saturday, this is what we do. And whilst the bedroom window and the closet doors are open, I turn off the lights, close the door, and just let the fresh air do its thing for a couple of hours. Once I come home, what I do, I just take our duvets, place them on the bed, and then just roll them on the edge of the bed, like so, like this. So this is what we do on a weekly basis. Once I come home, like I explained, just fold the duvets on the end of the bed. The windows are still open, and I leave them open until like an hour before we're going to bed because we like sleeping in a cold space. So another thing that I do during my midweek cleanings that I do on Wednesdays. So I do everything that I've shown until now. I do that as well. But in addition to that, I spritz some Lysol on our beddings. People were in a complete frenzy when they saw that I sprayed this on my beddings. Now again, I don't do this every day. This is something that I use on my mattress twice a week, so midweek cleanings on Wednesdays, and during my Sunday resets I just spray this on my mattress and I leave the windows wide open. Yes, this is a chemical, but it is meant to be used in moderation and not daily, so I'm not saying that you have to use it, but it works for us. I saw this comment where somebody said that, oh, you just air out your sheets instead of washing them. Again, who does that? No. Every Sundays I clean my sheets. I take them off and then I take the duvets out to air them for a couple of hours. There is just nothing that beats fresh air, especially Norwegian fresh air during winter times. Just a little side note, but in addition to changing out my sheets every Sunday, every other day I change out our towels. So the first thing that I do is that I just give my duvet and pillows a good old shake before I hang them up. And then I spritz a little bit of Lysol on both sides of the duvets and pillow, and then just hang them up. When I'm using Lysol, I'm outside. I don't do it inside. When I do it on the mattress or like inside of my bedroom, I have the windows wide open so that I don't breathe that in. Whilst I'm doing this, I leave the balcony door open. It's been open for about 5 to 6 minutes now, just to kind of let some fresh air in. And then I leave my pillows and duvets outside for a couple of hours before I bring them in to heat a little bit before I put fresh sheets on them. A lot of people seem to miss this, but we do have a whole AC unit here that also doubles as a heater. And yes, we live in Norway. Electricity isn't cheap here, I promise you, but we still like to let in some fresh air every once in a while, like a few minutes at a time, especially now when it is this cold. Now, what I do use every Sunday is my Dyson. I have the Dyson V12 Slim Submarine, I believe it's called. And then I have this roller thing that I got in PR from Cine. Absolutely love this. So I go in with this first actually, and then just roll it over just to kind of get all of the dust away before I go in and hoover. And obviously I use the roller on the mattress as well. Once I've used the roller, that's when I go in either with the steamer or the Lysol spray. And I think I'm just gonna quickly steam over the mattress. This is not an issue that I've ever had, but like bed mites, they like the corners of the bed. So yeah, if you have had visitors or whatever, just make sure to hit the edge of your bed as well. In addition to using water, you can also add in 50% water and then 50% white vinegar, just to kind of kill off any bacteria that might be, on the mattress. Now, steaming my curtains is something that I do weekly in the bedroom because I just hate how wrinkly they look. But in the living room, I do that maybe once every 2 weeks. Once I'm done steaming the mattress, that's when I go in and put on these stretchy sheets. I don't know what you call them in English, so please help me out. These two carpets, I'm gonna bring them out, shake them off, and then just let them air out. Before hoovering, I go in with a dry mop like this one. This one acts like a magnet, so you can either use these one that you just use once and throw away, or you can go in with this one, which is reusable. It is really up to you. Now that I've put on the sheets, I'm just going over with the steamer to just steam the sheets a little bit because they're so wrinkly. And don't worry, there is just water, no ironing water, so please don't come at me for using even more chemicals because it's just water. I hope this video kind of cleared up some of the things that I do, some of the things that I use when it comes to cleaning, and that I most definitely change my sheets once a week. Just for reference, I know that experts says that you're supposed to wash your duvets and pillows once every 6 months. Me personally, I do it once every 3 months because yeah, I just do. I freeze a lot, but then again, I'm also very hot. When I get my period, I often get a fever. I don't know why. So I just like to make sure that once every 3 months and every Sunday that I air out my pillows and duvets, just to make sure that, I get rid of any bacteria that might kind of settle into my beddings. So yeah, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate with leaving them in the comments, and I see you again in the next one. Bye.